Oh, there it is.
Dana, I just heard you say, "My God, I'm a mess." I was thinking the same thing.
I am a mess. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie either. I put on a bra for you, Dana.
I did not do the same for you.
Well, thank you for being honest.
No, I mean, it's like, I was like, oh, maybe I'm going to get dressed this time. No, maybe I'm going to get dressed. Then I'm just like, by the time it comes, I'm like, I don't want to.
Maybe not.
Well, I did my hair and I put on my hat. And I have, my shirt. I have my nice shirt on, and so like that. I mean, I have pajama pants on, but nobody's looking at my ass. So
I have this little pretty shirt on, and I went to go complete the outfit, and I was like, fuck it. I'm not doing it.
No one's looking at my ass, so I really don't care.
Do you know what I realized through this whole thing? I have to say, I put on a bra. Can we talk like this? Who cares, right?
Yeah, no.
I put on a bra, and all of a sudden I was in a really bad mood, and I realized like 3 hours later, it was the bra that was putting me in a bad mood. Like, I had no idea, like, all of my wardrobe is like unbound and tied, with the heels, like, so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway, girl. That's the takeaway.
Yeah. Listen, I contemplated, and then I put it on for like 3 minutes, and I was like, I'm just not in the mood. I was just like, I'm fine. Nobody's getting full body shots, it's fine.
I did bring in this is for my mental health. I always shoot with my ball right here.
Oh, I was going to say, is that the crystal ball that I was joking about?
It's always in the shot, or just out of.
Well, I know, like, when you did the OK Zoomer, I was laughing because when whoever was talking about crystal balls, and then when you were in your bathroom and you came on, I'm like, oh, Antoinette has one in her bathroom because it was like the big ball, and I was like,
Everybody knows this is like the only place in my house that I have privacy. So I spend a lot of time in here. In fact, if somebody needs to use the bathroom, we're shit out of luck. I'm going to have to go.
I get it. We're good. But, no, I mean, a lot of people have that issue. I mean, I have a roommate, and so it's like I kind of just stick to one area when I do my lives because it's just, besides bell barking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in my bedroom because he's in the office, and then if I go in the living room, and then if he comes out into the living room when he's talking because he walks all over, and then the hallway, and then it's just everywhere. It's like he's all over the place sometimes. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to stay in my room. Right. Bella's pretty quiet right now. Well, I don't know where she is, but she's pretty quiet right now.
How are you holding up?
I am holding up half-assed. I have some days where I'm okay, and then other days I'm a hot fucking mess and miserable, and every little thing, I like, oh my God, I mean, I haven't been going anywhere, but the other day when I woke up choking and coughing and blood, I was like thinking, oh my God, I have COVID, I'm going to have to go to the hospital, great, what the hell, I haven't even gone anywhere, and I was like having a massive panic attack. But then I realized the blood was the thinners in my mouth. Like, that's what it was. It wasn't me coughing up blood. Like, the thinners make your gums bleed. So I was just like, all right, let me just calm down and be rational for a minute.
Yeah. It's very stressful. I drove into town for the first time in almost 2 months, right? I live like 40 minutes outside of Hollywood. It's all LA, so it's huge, right? But I was I have to say, a little freaked out yesterday. I was very emotional because I hadn't been on the freeway, and it was like there was like no planes in the sky, and there was like helicopters, and then it was like, I don't watch zombie movies, but it was like every once in a while you'd see somebody with a mask, and then you can't tell if people are smiling or pissed at you. So I'm like, that's really hard for me, I'm like, I'm trying to find a way to smile with my eyes,
Well, New Yorkers have a way with our eyes, so I think everybody can pretty much tell what the hell everybody's doing here. It's pretty much just nasty looks all the way around. Because like nobody's happy and everybody's miserable, and here all you hear is sirens. So I mean, and I'm near a hospital, so I mean, there's just constant sirens, and I'm just
What part of town are you in?
I'm in Queens. I'm in near like Elmhurst, Corona, Jackson Heights, around that area. So it's a very busy, popular area. So, I mean, it's just insane, but, and it's not far from the city, So, I mean, it's for me to even go for a walk. It's like I'm not really not going in for a walk anywhere without people up my ass. And considering I'm immunocompromised and stuff, like I just don't leave the house. I go on the balcony. So.
Girl, that must be really tough.
Yeah,
it's a challenge. Like, it's a challenge for me because I used to think I really liked myself, you know? I used to think I liked myself a lot, you know? And I'm just like, I'm finding like it's really hard to like be with myself and for this long a time. Like you have to really be okay. And I can't, when I get to go out, like I can't imagine, my sister's in Manhattan. Yeah. And, you know, she's got a big place and it's great, but like just the idea that you can't really go out and not be close to people, you know, for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's getting better. I mean, slowly. And they say, like, you know, we're over the worst of it, but there's still so much to be done. And, you know, I just want to go away somewhere, honestly, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that. I have to ask my doctor when he thinks it's safe, but it's like, honestly, I just want to get to LA, I want to go to the beach, which are closed anyway. But, like... But they'll be open. They'll be open. I feel like they will be. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's like my happy place. That's where I go for like de-stress, meditate. I go to Santa Monica. I had plans like, you know, I mean, I had like, you know, a couple of trips planned and I had to cancel them and I'm just trying to figure out when I could even do them. So it's just been insane. Yeah, it's just been insane. It's really, it's a shocker. Like I try to like pull the positive out of it because there's so much positive. I want to send you something when we get off the phone. Okay. Something really beautiful. It's like a bedtime story that this guy is telling his daughter, but it's just about like when the world got reset. Yeah. What the world was like before. And like, you know, there's been a lot of positive things that have come out of it. The one thing I have to say, and I don't even want to bring anybody down, but one thing that really stood with me, or, you know, I was listening to somebody talk about how human beings habituate. After 3 months, after 90 days, you can make anything normal. You know, that's they use that in brainwashing and stuff like that. And I started to get a little panicky about that because it's been 2 months, right? And I'm like, I just don't want to forget, like, I just don't want this ever to be normal. And I don't know, like, how, I think to myself, well, how long can this all take? And if it goes longer, are we going to, like, be normalized with it? Like, not being able to go on the trails. I'm trying to, this is, I know. I'm trying to corner into somber here. I'm sorry. But, like, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's no, I'm the same way. You know what I mean? I'm like, is this ever going to fucking end? Because I feel like when you read, which I don't read, like, I don't pay attention to a lot of some of the media that goes around and the false crap. But, like, sometimes when you're in that mood and you're in that, like, place where you're just like, 2020 sucks. Ass. And then, like, there's other times where I'm like, oh, okay, you know, there's this cool happened, this great, this positive's coming out of this and this and that, and oh, we're gonna be fine. We're tough. It's gonna end. Everything. It's gonna end at some point. And then, like, all of a sudden, you get like this wave of shit where it's like, this is never gonna end. I mean, I keep reading things about how we still have to social distance. So it's like, what's the point of even going anywhere if, like, you can't see friends, you can't see people, you can't do this? Get off on that. Like, I don't want to start going off into crazy pants places. But I read that today too, and I'm like, there's something very, very sad and disheartening going on when you can't bond emotionally with people, and I don't want to go to crazy places, but when you separate people from each other, then you kind of weaken people. And that weakens your immune system, too, because we need to love each other. I'm like the biggest cuddle bunny you will ever be. And when I know you are. I can tell. I was like laughing when you left me the message on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, I love her. Oh my God, I love her. Like, I would totally, like, be all over you. But, like, I'm, like, such a touchy-feely girl, and I'm like, so like, that scares me too. Like, am I going to be able to, like, I go to Trader Joe's, I know everybody in there, like my family, you know, and I'm like, hey, and, you know, and people, like, distance themselves because they're so scared. Listen, it's a real thing, the virus, but the fear it's just as contagious, and we have to be super fucking careful with that shit. And
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
No, I totally agree. I think the fear has taken over a lot of it, and even though it's very, very real, and I mean, I know someone that I used to go to it was this Irish pub that I used to go to, and she had, I had read on Facebook that she had passed away, and it's like, I mean, it's very, very real, but there's also very there's the mortality rates are not that horrific, and there's good out things about it that you have to read, and you kind of have to look, like you said, the positive and the optimistic parts of it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you don't realize how much human interaction means and how much you miss it when you don't have it. Like I sit here sometimes and I'm like, I want to like hug them through the phone. Like, I mean, I want to see these people. I want to touch these people. I want to, like, that sounds weird. But I mean, like...
Not inappropriately.
I want to touch these people.
But maybe a little inappropriate.
I mean, the people who know me know what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we get you. But, like, I want to touch these people. But, I mean, like, you know, I mean, it's just, you know, and it's funny because when I was younger, like, it, you know, I was somewhat the complete opposite. Not complete opposite, but I had to learn it because I came from like not that mushy background that some people come from. So yeah. It was like,
what's your background? What nationality are you?
I'm Italian, but they were not
mother and father.
Yeah, everybody pretty much is except for like
Italian to me. And what part of Italy?
There's Calabrese and Napolitan. My great grandfather was from Calabria, and then on the other side. Father, that's the Napolitan. I don't know if there's anything else, but yeah, my grandmother's.
But you're full Italian blood coursing through your veins.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of like people that came in through outside, they're not full Italian. But to my knowledge, everybody's Italian.
Yeah, but you didn't come from like a warm and toasty kind of upbringing. They were tough.
No, I did not come from any lovey-dovey affection. No, wow. That story is very, very. Yeah, that story is. Yeah.
That's a dark hole.
It's a dark place to go.
How do you think you came out with so much love? Because you have love emanating from you.
No, a lot of people say that to me. They're like, you know, but I think sometimes when you go through abuse and you go through a lot of different things in life, I think that you have a choice. I think sometimes you can be like those people and you can go down that path, or you can go down another path. I chose to want to be nothing like certain people, and I chose to go down a different path. Plus I had my grandmothers, and my one grandmother was like a big bowl of love and heart, and I think I took a lot after them.
Right.
So, you know, I think that I kind of just chose to just not want to be anything like that. I don't know. I'm very, very kind of, I guess, like the black sheep, but they always say sometimes the black sheep is the one that knows all the bullshit. So, you know, I'm very, very different. Well, I have a younger brother and sister, so no. They're both much younger than me. Like, I'm going to be 41, and my brother's only like, he's not even 30 yet.
Oh, and then I have so much younger than that.
Yeah, nobody ever believes that. Nobody ever believes my age.
I'm really surprised. I'm usually pretty good with that. You seem younger.
Yeah, no, nobody gets. Yeah, nobody. Wow. They're like, I would have never guessed you were going to be 41. And they're like, you lied.
I love that, girl. That's awesome.
But yeah, no, and they happen to be the only two non-New Yorkers.
They're getting a lot of really nice comments. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm seeing a lot of really beautiful hearts and people sending us love, which I really need. I'm really desperate for.
Right?
I really am. This is like I was so excited. This is like my social hour. I'm like, I made myself a cocktail.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, seriously, these lives, even though I'm doing them to help other people, it's like they are also helpful to me, you know, and it's like I tell people that I was like, for me, it's like that, you know, that you need kind of like, you know, and it's human interaction.
You're helping a ton of people. You really do. Your work is
that's the goal. Thank you. I mean, that's the goal. I mean, and, you know, I'm just kind of, I put myself second to that, but if I could get something out of it myself too, that's great. But my goal is to kind of just like, you know, help everybody, which it seems to be working. I've been doing it for probably since March, I think, the beginning of March, something like that. I've had a lot of guests.
You have. And let's tell everybody about the T-shirts that they need to buy to support. It's a beautiful T-shirt.
The link is in my bio. It's in Michael Raymond James' bio. It's on my personal bio. It's on this
I'll
bio.
put it on my bio. Sorry.
Antoinette's going to put it on her bio. We have a lot of great people that are involved in it. But buy a shirt. It's for direct relief charity. It's a beautiful design. I love it. I mean,
It's awesome.
I'm getting one. But I mean, like, it's a beautiful design. I had my t-shirt design girl do, and she's always comes up with fabulous designs. And it goes, the frontline workers are doing so much, and that's where this money is going to go to help.
Okay, my girlfriend Sabrina, I just saw her little heart. Sabrina Bellino Anastasio, she is on the front lines in Cornell Cornell Hospital, and I watch her every day. Like she was telling me the other day, she's like, Twan, she calls me Twan. My big problem, all I can see is that my big problem is that I need glasses that don't fog up with the fucking mask. She's just like, that's where I just have to figure out a way that I can see my patients and stuff. But she's out there every day, and I'm like, how amazing, like what she sees every day and what these people are seeing every day and what they're doing. And it's just like, thank you just doesn't seem like enough, but I know. Important to say and acknowledge them. But that's what the proceeds from the t-shirt. Did they make tank top ones?
I think
I'm such a Brooklyn girl.
I think we just have we have the t-shirts and the long sleeve. And somebody asked about Europe. Yes, you guys, as far as I know, it's worldwide. So just go on and buy it. If you have a problem, let me know. But you should be able to get it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I don't know if they have tank tops. I don't think I've ever seen them. But yeah, there's t-shirts and long sleeve because I like to give them different options. But,
yeah, I like long sleeve too. I'll just get it tight.
Yeah, because in New York it's always cold. So sometimes I automatically my mind always goes to like winter shit and long sleeve shit, and then
I like the long sleeve. The long sleeve, I like long sleeve. I have to cut it up and make it kind of sexy,
I have so many different diverse types of clothing, and then I have my LA clothing when I go, and then my hiking clothing, and then this and that, and my New York clothing. I have so many different types of stuff. It's like everything's just overflowing out everywhere. So I have different types of stuff, and then you don't wear half the shit that you own.
I know. I was actually just telling my friend I got sad. I know these are the stupidest things, but I have like beautiful dresses and a lot of kick-ass heels and, stilettos and fucking things that I haven't worn in a while. But it's like I'm looking at these dresses and I'm like, what is that going to look like? Like, am I going to get to wear them? Like, are we going to be able to go to the Hollywood Bowl? Like, are we going to be able to, I'm just like, I can't go there, but I was, looking at all my dresses going, and when is that going to happen? When am I going to wear those sexy heels again?
Yeah, it's like, I don't do heels because I'll break my ass. But, I have, my nice stuff that I look at sometimes, and I'm like, I want to wear this. I usually go to LA for some galas, and I don't even know if those are happening at this point, but, it's like, no, I go to LA for some galas.
Oh, I thought you said Italy for a second. I was like, okay,
I wish, but now you totally can.
I'm going.
You totally can come with me if I have one. But
I'll be your interpreter. I speak fluent Italian.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I spent my summer.
I speak very little. I wish I was fluent. Mostly when I was younger, what I learned was a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, you and everybody else.
But I learned. I have a shirt. This is Bafangulo. And it says, and I was like, well, I can wear this shirt out. Nobody's going to really know what it means. They're like, well, people that speak Italian will know what it means. I'm like, but I don't care. I'm not saying it to them. It's just,
no.
I got it from this is where I got this hat, the Hardcore Italians, that site. You know that site, right?
I do, totally.
They have, the best fucking clothes, and I got keychains. I have tons of stuff from them. I have tons of shit from them. And
I love a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
My mother's 98, so and my mother and father were born there. So I come from that old, I was raised really old school Italian, and then I was raised in Brooklyn, so it was a very interesting way to grow up, it just was I have a lot of, what I was saying, well, since you're 41, you said 41?
I'm going to be 41.
Amazing. I have to say that I was talking to a friend. It's we have to really count our blessings because of our age. I'm older than you are, but you are able to really remember what the world was like pre-technology. And that's kind of a gift, because we know what life is like, and our kids will never know. Like,
I had a beeper. I had a beeper and used the fucking payphone.
Did you? Were you a drug dealer?
Yeah, on the side.
Right now, sorry. I didn't think you were going to say yes. I thought you were going to say I
had the badass beepers.
Pager watch? We had a pager watch.
I mean, and the cell phones were like bricks with like this little antenna on the top. I was like, who's holding that?
Like a shoe. It was like a big Converse.
Yeah, it was like you just walk around holding this giant ass phone. I'm like, I'd rather talk on a payphone. But yeah, I mean, I remember my first cell phone. I think I was like, I know back then in my day, we didn't have cell phones when we were 8. But
oh, really? Oh, well,
when I didn't have a cell phone when I was 5 like they do now. But my half sister was like 6.
So we can track our kids. We know where the fuck they are.
Yeah, okay, that's totally good. But an iPhone is not for the iPhones though. I mean, like
I know.
My half sister, I don't say half, but I mean my sister, when she was like 6 or 7 or some shit, she had like one of the most expensive phones. I don't think the iPhones were out yet. I don't remember. But I was like, why does she need a $400 phone? Where is she going?
Yeah, exactly. What does she need that for? Do you remember the Motorola's?
Yeah.
It was like a Captain Kirk kind of thing.
But it was like you're flipping open.
Yeah, I know. My kids don't like to think that like we used to have. I don't know. You're not as old as I am, but we used to have the phones with the fucking cord, and you have to like stand by the phone. And
I had those. I used to have the big ass banana phone. Did you remember the banana phone?
Oh my god!
And then the cheeseburger phone that you could. And you just sit there like onto the wall listening. I was like, I did everything the old-fashioned way. I mean, I had Nintendos and I had stuff like that, but I mean, we didn't have computers even. I mean, except in school, nobody really even had computers for a while because it was like a dinosaur box. It was like this gigantic ass thing. But
I mean, it had like digits on it. I know. I remember when I'm amazed that because I couldn't even send email. Like that was a big deal, and my heart goes out to. I have to say now that we are all on technology, and we're like, I got a fucking ring light, and I'm getting this and the ladder.
You can buy like these. You can do like you can shoot a whole show and like right in your house.
Like I said, I'm never leaving my bathroom. This is it. I'm not ever going out again. This is where I'm doing everything from. But think about the older people. Like I have a lot of friends that are older, and it's just like. They don't even know how to like order food on an app, so it's like, it's a really big learning curve for a lot of people. They're forced. But here's the good news. You ready?
Yeah.
This is the good news.
Okay.
In a lot of ways, I'm trying to draw up some good news here. In a lot of ways, it's pushed people out of their comfort zones because I know a lot of people that, could have gotten business on social media or getting a website and being out there more. Now they're forced to. And you can see people are really blossoming in a lot of ways. Listen, what you do is so important. I just want to shout out to you. This is important. Communication is important. Talking, like I see all of, adoring Trish, I see all of, the wonderful people that are signing on, and it's just beautiful to be able to connect, and we got to keep doing that because that's what's going to make us strong, stronger together. And it sounds goofy, but that's really what time of day it is, at least in my book.
It's not goofy. It's absolutely true. I think that, I have a habit sometime of doing this whole going dark thing and isolating myself. And I'm always getting kicked in the ass by people. They're like, you got to stop doing that. And I'm like, I can't help it. I don't like to be a burden. No. Because you do all this stuff for other people, but then you don't do anything for yourself. And I'm like, no, it's true. I totally am not going to deny that I'm bad when it comes to self-care with myself. But I've gotten better than I used to be. Shit, I've gotten much better than I used to be. But it is a lot of cool things that are coming out of it for people. I mean, I remember my grandmother would have been her birthday today, and I remember when we would be Sunday sitting in her house and we would spend Sundays together, and I would show her the phone and be doing cameras and be going, look, you can take a selfie, and she's like, what is that? Am I looking at? And it'd be like this, and she'd be like, well, I don't understand, but what is it gonna do? And I'm like, but you can't be that close when I'm taking a picture. And she's like, she'd be laughing, and it would just be like, well, okay, but what is that? What does the phone do? The phone does that? And it's like her face is in the phone, and she she would make me laugh to where like tears were coming out, and I would just, everything that was bothering me and every horrible thing in the world would just go like completely away. And I was like, oh, she'd be really good if she was here now.
You know what, girlfriend? I'm here to tell you. I'm getting somebody whispering in my ear. If you need to ask, we all need to ask for the help that we need. And I'm a tough, badass girl from Brooklyn, and I'm like, always feel like, I got this, so I don't need to ask for help. Right? We're self-sustaining. I got this, but it was a big step for me to be able to say, you know what? I really need help today, or I really need my friends today, or I need to slow down for a second. And this quarantine has really been good on that level. It's caused me to really go, okay, what are the things that I need, and what are the things that are really important to me, and what is the shit that I don't need? Right? And that I don't think about. It's interesting, right? The things that you don't think about when you're in quarantine, and the things that you do think about are the things that really should stay. Anyway, but I want you to like ask for the things you need. I'm here to tell you need to, because I got a little years on you, and it took me a long time. And there's a lot of people that would rush in to help you. Right here, see, I got people going, yes. I love it.
No, I know. I'm just.
Chance for that.
All right, I get it. It's just, I've always, I don't know, like, it's just, there's certain people, you get that vibe where it's like, they're very, like, comforting and you can talk to them. And then there's other, I don't know, I guess I've always been, because I had lack of it, I've always been drawn to, like, when I was younger, I had all older friends. They were like, why do you have women friends that are like 40 and you're like 20? And I'm like, because I have great conversations with them, and that's where I go to. I don't know why.
That's weird.
It's like, that's just always what I was.
Me too. And I
still do.
Women. I look to women.
I mean, I have ideas why from, my past and everything, but it's just, I've always been like that. It's always been older people and older women, and I have, like, it's always been like that. So it's like, there's certain, like, comfort zones where I'm like, okay, I could do this, and then there's other times where I'm just like, eh. Like, if I don't feel that I could talk to someone, even if it's a great friend, I don't know, I just don't. But, and I mean, I know it's a bad habit, but, it's like, I've always been that person that is just, I don't know, because, like, when you get into those moments, like, in the past, like, where you did reach out or did ask for help, and then it's like, or you did, like, okay, these people are going to be there and this and that, and then they weren't, or you got disappointed constantly, then it just becomes a point where you're, like you said, like, you're a badass, you just kind of learn to take care of yourself, handle your own shit.
That's true.
And I got accustomed to that, and then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, like, I'm just gonna do everything by myself, and I'm not gonna worry about it.
Or we just get better at smelling the bullshit and the horse shit, right? Because, some people, you always know when somebody's in front of you and they're not, you always kind of know, but you kind of go, okay, well, you kind of like talk your story away or whatever you're feeling, and I'm just like, I think you can just make better choices as you get older. But I will say this, like, I always find it really weird that when you look out in the media or you look out in the shows and TV shows and things like that, they always paint women out to be like catfighting, and like women are against each other and competitive. And I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but it ain't my experience. I've had the best, the strongest, and my friends are there. And we're there for each other. And, we go through our ups and downs, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But women are revelatory. We talk to each other. We reveal each other, and we honor each other. And I don't buy all that shit. I don't know why people like watching it either. Like, whatever. I don't want to get into the shows, but
it's true. No, it's absolutely true. And it's like, you need to find like a tribe and a circle of people. And I think the bigger, the better. And the more people you can add to it that are real. I always kind of have this mentality. When you find like a good person, hold on to them in any way you can. They don't have to be your best friend.
Love them up.
But like, if you can have them in your life and they're awesome connections and they're awesome people, keep that connection. And that's how I am. It's like, they don't have to be in like your most inner circle unless it just naturally goes there. But it's like, to have good people in your life, I think is important. And I think people just always see like, oh, well, it has to be my tribe only. And I'm like, no, it doesn't have to be your tribe only. You can have good friends that they don't have to necessarily be in that specific circle, but they're in another type of circle. Like, you get what I'm saying. It's
I totally get what you're saying. I don't know what happens though. Somebody was saying to me recently, and I thought this was interesting. She was saying you have to, and I think this might have to do with like I have 2 kids, my 2 teenagers, and like my life has become very busy, and I'm trying to get a lot accomplished. As you get older, it's like your time on earth, gets shorter. So it's like as I got older, I want to do so many things. And this person was saying to me, like air traffic control, they on the radar, they have a certain amount of planes on the radar. Once the plane goes off the radar, then the next air traffic control picks it up. And she was saying to me, you have to look at your life on who's on your radar and who do you give to. And I thought that was such an interesting thing to look at, because then it made me think, okay, well, who is on my radar currently? It changes, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's where you give your heart. That's where you give your attention, who's on your radar. Because for me, especially in the business that I'm in, it's like, I want to be there for everybody, and I want to be like, oh my God. And, I was kind of burning me out a little bit, because then I just don't have it. Then I got 2 teen boys. One's going to college. One is going through puberty. One is, and I'm going through, I have my hormones, his hormones and my hormones. That's bad.
That's not gonna clash.
It's gotten to the point where he can take one look at me and he's like, okay, all right, we're going to stay away from Mom.
I'm done. I'm good. I'll talk to you later. No, but it's very true, and I totally get what you're saying, and I totally agree with it. And, I've kind of gotten to the stage of my life where I'm just like, all right, no bullshit. When I start seeing like fake and I start seeing the nonsense and the bullshit, it's like, all right, well, I think, I read a quote the other day, and it said, God removes people from your life because he heard conversations you did not hear. And I was like, that is a really, like, interesting, cool quote, because I kind of, like, I dig it. Like, I get it. Like, and it's true. And I really like that quote. So, like, when people get removed from my life now, I'm like, there's a reason for it, and I'm just going to go with it.
Right. And trust the process. I agree with you. I agree with you. Things happen for a reason, and also I just think we're all on a journey together. So, I think it would be very boring if we were all here and everything is like hunky-dory all the time. I don't think that's what life is about. It's about kind of learning how to navigate your own life, your own feelings, your own fucking wounds. I mean, I come from a nice background and a stable background, but it was like, old world, fucking women are suppressed. I was like the center of my family's life until I became a woman. And then all of a sudden, we're like, whoa, we don't have, she's too whatever, and it's like, then I became invisibilized. And I have a lot of like damage, from that. But it's my journey and my honor to work it out. And sometimes friends help you do that, or situations in your life help you do that, bring it to the surface. But when people are toxic, they're toxic. And that is something you learn as time goes on. No, that person doesn't love themselves. How can they have my back?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's about loyalty, honesty, trust, respect. And those are things very important to me as a person. I mean, I kind of feel like that's a New York trait. But
it's not true, though, is it?
It kind of really is. I mean, they're very, very fierce in that way. And I think that's why we get the tagline, you guys are rude. You guys are this. And it's like, no, we just don't take bullshit, and we can read bullshit. I said, and you don't realize how giving and loving and what we just don't air it all over the place all the time. I said, but you have no idea how.
I totally agree.
How great New Yorkers actually can be.
In New York, that's funny. Like I noticed when I first got to LA, nobody talks in elevators. I would like be there like, oh, this is so tense. Oh my God, I just want to make somebody laugh or crack a joke or somebody whatever. And in New York, everybody talks to each other, but people don't take shit. Why? Because you don't got that kind of time. It's like you're dealing with people constantly. What are you going to fucking be like nice to everybody? Come on. That's just not possible in New York.
It's really not. It's really not. And it's like people just feel like, oh, because somebody, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I was just like, because like somebody bumped into me and they're thing and they're this and they're rude. And I'm just like, just be quiet, because you know what? You're going to be on the news later. And just,
it's not going to go well.
I don't have time for that right now. So, like, let me just keep going.
Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Yeah.
Or my favorite is to walk and just say it real loud and keep walking. Just keep walking. But, but it's like I'm doing it in not like this horrific, nasty, rude way. I'm kind of doing it in this way, like, just I feel like it's normal, and like we all do that here. Everybody mumbles, everybody having whole conversations with themselves. It's like they're yelling at people walking down the street, and the person's not even paying attention anymore, and they're still yelling at them walking down the street. That's just the way we are here. I mean, you know that, but it's just.
Totally that. I know, like, you can't get away with stuff. I'm embarrassed to admit this. But I got really pissed off the other day. I had my fucking mask on. I was in my car, and then I took off my mask, and I was letting this guy go ahead of me. I was being nice on a motorcycle. And he was just, like, rude to me. And I was just like, do you know, I couldn't let it go. I actually went around and I found the guy.
Oh, God.
I pulled up next to him, and I just said to him, I know, I just was like, I had to understand what was that guy thinking to think that he could be so rude when somebody was going out of their way to be nice. And I just had to say to him. So I found him at the red light. And I was just like, I rolled down the window and I said, excuse me. He's like this. And the reason I bring this up is because in New York, you don't really do that because you're going to get fucking killed. Like, you don't just go challenging people. You know, but here, I guess because you're in your car and you're like on your, you don't realize that you have to deal with people. Anyway, I just rolled it down. I was very nice to him. I wasn't confrontational. I wasn't like, you dick. I was just like, could you explain to me why you feel the need to be so rude to somebody who's being nice?
They probably, he's probably like,
this is like, no, whatever, he's like, I didn't know, and I was like, I was just wanted to be nice to you. I said, so just, pay it forward and chill out. Maybe go have a glass of wine or something. I don't know, but, you don't need to do that way. But I was like, but my point is like, you don't really, people do that, but they're distanced here, or you live in your own bubble, and in New York, you really have to watch that. You can't do that to people. If you're on the subway and you look at somebody wrong, that could be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't do that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, no, when I'm in LA, I get a totally different vibe, and I feel like I kind of have like half West Coaster in me now. But I love to go there because it's just like I feel like I'm like this here, and like when I'm there, I'm just like,
we're gonna hang out, girl. We're gonna hang out.
Oh, absolutely.
You come see my show. You'll come to the Companion Club, and
absolutely.
We'll have a good time. We'll have a good time.
Absolutely. I love the vibe. My friends keep going, you want to move there, so move there, and maybe now's your chance. And I'm like,
somebody
want me to move during a pandemic?
Naturally dicks.
But I mean, look, it reminds me of that meme with Kermit when it's like people are trying to like cut you off and zooming by, and then you all end up the red light. You're like,
hi.
You're at the same red light. So how far did you get?
And why did you feel the need to do that? I know.
So you did all this crazy shit, cutting people off, driving 90 miles an hour to be stuck at the same fucking red light they were all stuck at. And when I used to see that happen, I felt like the Kermit meme was me, because I seriously used to look at them and be like, like, you're at the same light, stupid ass. Yeah. I mean, I never said it because I didn't want to, I just didn't, it wasn't worth the time. But I would just be like, I would get so mad because you could cause accidents doing that.
Yeah, totally.
And it's just totally not, especially here, but it's just like, anywhere really, but it's just totally not. I mean, when I drove in LA, I didn't notice the traffic as bad, but maybe because when I was driving at certain times, but I did notice when I went to go on the hike and I drove on the Mulholland Drive thing, I was like, now I know why they made a movie about this shit, because I feel like I'm going to fall off a cliff driving on this damn road.
I never thought that I would miss traffic. Yesterday was just like, I'm like breezing into Hollywood, like breezing there. And I was just like, wow, weird.
It's weird.
It's really weird. It's really weird. But yeah. I don't know. I don't know why people do that. I think because people are not in their moment. So they're kind of always, going there. That's what I've been trying to do too during this quarantine, is really just, because I know it's going to end.
Yeah.
And I know this time is going to be over. So I'm just like, stay in your moment, do the best you can, take care of your own, reach out to as many people as you can, take care, just self-care, family care, tribe care, and now world care.
Yeah.
Which is what you do. And it's fucking awesome. I'm honored to be on your show. I just want you to know.
Oh, thank you. I am honored to have you. It's great. I'm glad you reached out to me about it. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I didn't even know. I was
like, girlfriend, I love what you do.
I always try to think, who can I ask? And my mind has just been like melted lately. So I'm just like, who can I ask? So then when I was like, oh great. So now I have that. And then like I try to get my lineups going, and I usually do like 1 to 2 a week. I have lots of time on my hands now, but I'm just saying, like, before when I was working from home, this pandemic threw everybody's lives upside down in ways that you didn't think. Like, you think like you're totally safe from it, and then all of a sudden it was like, boom, there goes my career and my salary, and I got laid off. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I was like, I need my medical insurance. I said, I cannot have that. And at first I started freaking out, and my friend was like, okay, but like, listen to all the things you've been saying recently. Maybe things happen for a reason. I'm like, I hope so, because this was not the time. And I was like, and especially during a pandemic, to be like trying to like get in with all new companies, and there's so much competition now because so many people. I mean, I know tons of people that were laid off, and I was just like, holy shit. I was like,
me too. I mean, me too. I'm actually doing my show. I was going to plug it at the end. I'm doing...
Yeah, I was going to say, let's talk about that.
No, yeah, I was just going to, right when the pandemic hit, I was literally going to announce, I had like the stellar lineup. I was doing this big show, and then I was like, so for me, I just was like, fuck it, I'm doing it online, like with everybody else. And so, anyway, it's tomorrow.
What you got to do. I know. I can't wait. I'm going to tune in. I'm looking forward to that. Nothing better than laugh. Yeah. Always good to laugh. So you can never beat that.
Yeah. And share.
Yeah, no, I mean, you need it now. You need it now. I mean, I try to find anything to laugh at. I mean, and there's some things, I find myself laughing at the stupidest shit, but I'm always like that. But I was going to tell you to talk about that and mention it so people can follow.
I don't know the time difference everywhere in the world, but we're doing it at 2:00 from the secret location, which I'm happy is not my bathroom, honestly. So I'm doing that. 3, 4, 5 o'clock on the East Coast, 11 o'clock in Europe. But I think isn't England 1 hour earlier? And then I think what's the difference between South America? Because I've got so many of you have to figure out where it is. Anyway, 2:00 in LA.
I'm looking if I know what time it is here. You're asking me, what time is it on the other side of the world? I don't know.
I have no clue. But I didn't want to make people feel like I was leaving out, all the other places in the world. I know the last time we went live with Trish, it was like we had Bulgaria in the house. And, we had Turkey, so wherever you are in the world, 2:00 in LA tomorrow. Mike Marino, which is a whole other kind of comedy. He's one of the funniest fuckers I have ever known. And we used to do comedy like 10 years ago together. So
nice.
Yeah, he's really funny. And so so that's tomorrow. And I just hope you guys tune in. I'm going to be doing it once a week. I've got like big, nice, really big names coming on. Mike Marino's one of them, but all the way through, and we'll see how it goes. I need to connect with people. I need to feel people, and so it's really just for me, it's my personal doing it for myself.
Look, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I get something out of mine, and I even do lives on my personal sometimes with people I know and friends just to bullshit around and chat, and like people love it. They come in, we make them laugh. We get like really raunchy at times, but we're just in there just bullshitting and having fun. The shit that we talk about and come up with, it's just fun to do. And
Brazil.
Hi, Brazil. But yeah, no, I remember you asked me what was a good time to where you can kind of get everybody, and I was like, I would say you got to do it like kind of like mid, like not like crack of dawn, but like I would say like mid to late morning, early afternoon, and that way you could probably try to get as much of everybody as you can, because that's what I find. It's in Europe, for Europe anyway.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that. I took what you said to heart, and I think 2:00 makes it 11:00, and then 11:00. People will stay up till midnight. I don't want people getting up at 3 in the morning. So I figured, but I can't be that funny at 11:00 in the morning. I'm sorry, I'm just not that funny.
No, I hear you.
At a time. So anyway, we're doing it at 2:00, but I appreciate the shout out. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everybody can use laughs in comedy, and there's, when I went to OK Zoomer, it was great. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I kept typing shit on the side because I'm just like, I kept making cracky jokes on the side because, like, I like to be interactive, social. Like, I mean, we got to be muted because of all the, like, echoing and shit. And I was like, I'm just going to type shit all on the side here. And I don't care. I know. Like, people were laughing. So I was like, all right, well, it's working.
That's really great. Can I just tell you? Because it was Jackie's show. That was rough. I'm standing in my bathroom and everything was muted. So it's like, imagine, like, literally doing stand-up and nobody's... You have nobody. You don't even see anybody. Like, okay, this is hard, right? I'm glad you enjoyed it. A lot of people did, but it was rough for the entertainers because, there's no feedback. Yeah.
Well, that's why I kept typing on the side so they could see something.
But I couldn't see any of that. I saw
okay. Yeah. Oh, see, like, well, I know some of them saw it because some of them were responding or laughing, and then a couple of them privately said to me, thank you. And I think Jackie even said thanks for being so interactive because I was just like,
it makes me really happy to hear that. I'm glad people had a good time. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah, I was having fun freaking typing with myself and making people were laughing. I was cracking.
I'm so happy.
I was fucking cracking jokes, and I'm just like, because everybody had to be quiet, so I kind of felt like, they could see you kind of laughing and moving your head around like. But, I mean, in all reality, I mean, like, for you guys, it's like you don't have that interactive audience that you are used to. So it was like that kind of has to be a little bit of a bummer.
It was hard, too. And then Jackie said something really important, which I think, she said, do your set because you know what's funny and you can hear the laughs in your ear. And I was like, well, that makes sense, right? True. You know what's funny. It's not the time or the place to try new material because you don't know what's happening. So I was like, okay, I'll do that, But if I do it again, I'll probably write a whole new set because, it's just there's a lot of material with the quarantine, I have to tell you, obviously.
Yeah, no, I was going to say because I recognized some of the material and I was like, oh, I guess she didn't do, I guess she wasn't maybe bringing anything new into here. I was like, because I remember like some of the stuff that you posted and I was like, I remember hearing this joke and it was still funny. But I wasn't sure if you were going to do anything new, and I was like, oh, maybe they just didn't, they weren't doing, somebody mentioned that they weren't, somebody else mentioned that they didn't do anything new or something like that.
Yeah, well, like I said, that's what we were told was a good idea. Like, I will definitely next time do a whole new set. If it's
funny, it's funny. Who cares? I mean, if it's funny, I mean...
Funny is funny, yeah, of course.
Funny is funny.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, no, just for my own self-amusement, I will do all new material, or, mostly new. But yeah, so yeah, I know there were a lot of people that hadn't seen the material, so that was good. But yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where stand-up goes in quarantine. Yeah. It's a brave new world.
I think it's interesting to be able. I think it's interesting to bring it, and as long as people get to see it and interact, and I think that's great. So I mean, it's good. It's a good thing that it's able to be virtual, and people get, like I said, entertainment and laughs from it. And I mean, we need all the escapes I think we can get at this friggin' point. But so I mean, it's good. New material or not. I mean, if it makes people laugh, I don't give a shit. I mean, it cracked me up, so I was totally fine. I was just like,
thank you. No, yeah, no, it's all good. I feel like I've grown so much as a person since this all happened that, it's almost like I look in the mirror and I'm not the same woman I was before, and I'm sure everybody feels that way. Like, if you think it's only been 6 weeks, if you really think about it, it's only been 6 weeks.
I know.
And look at how much we've changed and grown, and how you will go out in the world a different woman than before the pandemic. You just will. You're just going to make different choices. You're going to have different friends, or you're going to have new friends. You're going to spend your time differently, and you're going to be healthier.
Stronger connections. Healthier. Yeah, stronger connections. I mean, I could definitely tell you that I've grown deeper and new connections, and I thought that was one of the most coolest things about it is that I was like, wow, there's some really amazing things that have happened, and like people I connected with and people I built deeper connections with, and it's a good thing. I mean, and I think it's impossible to not come out of this change in some way. I wouldn't know how anybody would not come out of this different in some form.
I agree, and that's a world event. That when has that ever happened in the world? And I just think the biggest takeaway, I know we're rounding the end of our show here, but like to be healthy, that's the big takeaway. If you're healthy, not to say that COVID wouldn't have, I mean, I know people were healthy and somehow it didn't work for them, but I think we as a people, as Americans and as world citizens, we just have to take better care of ourselves and eat better and eat live foods, which has enzymes, which help take out the toxins. It's a whole thing. And that for me is a huge takeaway. So,
yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, it tells you all the places that we needed to work on and we weren't doing well on, and even healing journeys and self-reflection and meditating and starting new things and being productive in other ways. And so like I said, I think that there's good that came out of it, even though it's incredibly rough and it's crazy. But I think that at the end of the day, it's gonna end eventually.
It will.
Hopefully everybody can get back to hanging out and hugging and not feeling like, well, do they have something? Do they have to worry about that?
I totally, how I just think it's going to pass. I do. I think people are never going to not hug each other. They're never not going to be together. It's just right now. And I see it out, like in LA. I mean, I know it's not New York and I know other places, but people are starting to loosen up and go, okay, I'm healthy. You're healthy. I'm not going to be terrified, and I don't know whether that's good or bad, but I just think people love people and we're just social. People love people.
I think you just can't live in fear. I mean, I think if we go and we just live in fear constantly, we're just never going to get past it. I think there has to come a point where we just have to stop we have to be smart. And when I did actually, this is something that Ten said when we did the live on Wednesday, Tennessee, she said, we just have to be smart because it's not going to be over anytime right away. So we have to be smart and we have to be careful. And then as long as we're smart and careful, we should be able to, get back to where we want to be. But, the fact is we can't just be in such fear to where we're just it's going to get harder and harder to want to leave the house and do things if we're that fearful. That's not living, and we can't stay like that forever.
What the point is it to live? And I do think you're right, and we have to be smart. I love the fact that they're cleaning the subways. That should have been happening all along anyway. People shouldn't necessarily be, and some people are not clean. So, I mean, I'm Italian, so we always piacere. You always say, you always shake someone's hand when you meet them. Maybe that's not such a great thing. I get that. You kiss and, maybe, okay, that part makes me sad. But on the other hand, not everybody is clean. And if you're sharing a city with, 8 million people, you got to be smart. You got to be smarter about it, So
yeah, absolutely. It's different when you know someone you can trust to say, I know this person. I know that they're good, they're clean, they're healthy, blah, blah. It's different when you have some type of connection with someone. But yeah, the whole strangers thing, Italians are very the way we, shake hands, kiss on the cheek, the people that we have no idea who they are. Sometimes you just kind of, that might have to change a little bit.
I agree. I'm telling you, seriously. I'm like, hey! People would walk into the Italian club. I'd be like, hey! And they're like, hey! And we hug each other. The staff that I would be working with, amazing team, they'd be like, does she know them? I'm like, no. I just, that part is going to have to change. I get it.
It's different if it's somebody you're expecting to meet or you somewhat know, or you're like, okay, I know they're coming and I kind of know them.
Right.
But it's the complete stranger thing. That might have to be a little thing down, a little down.
I will. I'm actually practicing it in my head. Somebody's asking me how many kids I have. So I have 2 kids. Whoever asked that. I have two boys.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that earlier. One in college, one in puberty.
I know you pay attention to the comments because I can't read, but I have the fucking ring light is up in my nose, so I can read the comments. So anyway.
I'm totally forgetting that there's comments on this thing. I'm up and down, up and down, up and down, and I'm like, I know that there's comments in live, and I'm like completely oblivious for some reason.
Me too.
Right
Normally
now.
I am, but there's so I'm able to see them for some reason. So I'm like, and there's so many lovely comments, and I just a lot of people are happy that we're doing this, and happy to. I know I'm happy. Yes. I'm just happy. I'm happy to have a fucking conversation with an adult, to be honest with you.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a normal adult conversation. That's all I fucking want.
Yeah, so. It's like it's desperately needed, and it's amazing when you have it, because like you just like, you know, get that whole feeling of like that was better than nothing, you know, even though you can't like be out and about and stuff. It's like, you know, if that's all that we can get right now, I'll take it.
I'll take it.
It's better.
I'll take it.
It's better than nothing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Aw, they're so sweet. Well, thank you.
You guys are great.
Yeah, everyone is just really beautiful, and aw, bless you. Thank you for this, guys. Oh, they're happy that we did it. We're happy to have you guys on. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And you guys seem like you're getting a lot of laughs out of it, so that's good.
Well, that's good.
You got to view up my nose at one point. There better not be a screenshot of that someplace, because I'm sure there will be.
Did you know you were on when you first came on? Did you know that you were live? Oh, that was hilarious. You're like,
I was in the middle of doing something, and my mouth sometimes shit just comes out. So I'm in the middle. I don't know what the hell I was doing, and like I had like a giant piece of hair like this or something like that, and I'm like, I'm a hot mess. It's a giant bed. I'm like trying to fix it, and I'm just like, I get blurred out shit.
I was just like, does she know she's on? And that's why I was like, oh, let me request, you know.
I know.
What's today? Today's Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
I'm so happy. I don't know, because even there's no difference between the weekend and the weekdays. At least mentally, I'm like, ooh, okay, it's the weekend.
I know. It's weird. I kind of do the same thing, because especially on my Fridays, I'm like, ooh, Fridays, I have live. And I do them on my personal on Saturday. Sometimes I just do them with myself, and people still get a kick out of it because I'm crazy. So it's just, you know, like crazy funny. So it's like, you know, I'll sometimes go on my live by myself, and I'll just be like, I'll be watching shows, I'll be fucking cracking jokes, I'll be a pickle, and I'll be Wilson, and I'm talking with, like, I'm a volleyball, and I'm talking to them, and I'm doing all this stuff, and, you know, they're getting a kick out of it, and for me, I'm just losing my mind, so it's like, it works fine.
I love that. I really do. You got on by yourself. I love that, because it means you're self-amused. I am, too, for the most part. I can make myself laugh, so maybe I'll think about doing that too.
You should. I mean, it works for me. I can easily amuse myself, and I have a blast doing it. I mean, I'll laugh all by myself. I really don't give a shit.
Well, that's really good, because you're quarantined, so that comes in handy right now.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it works. I mean, whatever. Yeah, see, look, thank you. My lives are hilarious. Thank you.
That's so sweet. I love you guys. You're all the hearts, and thank you. I mean, they're probably all for you, but I'm claiming them.
No, trust me, they're for you too. Those are your people. There's a lot of your people, girl. There's a lot of your people. Trust me.
I love that. Yeah, everybody, hang in there. Hang in there. Just reach out if you need anything, and just hang in there, and be strong, and be in your heart, and take care of your neighbors, take care of your own, take care of your fucking grocery store workers, all of it, you know? All of it. All of us.
Buy your shirt.
We need each other. I'm going to start crying right now. I'm getting hormonal. I think I'm having a heart.
Now we're going to end live with Antoinette crying. Thank you for joining us.
We're gonna end with Antoinette's glasses fogging up. Perfect. I don't even care. You know, I'm embracing my journey, everyone. I'm embracing my journey. It is what it is.
Absolutely. Amen. Look, trust me. I mean, my hormones are all over the place from when I had the medical stuff that I had, like, besides it's like, oh, we're going to give you pulmonary embolism. Now we're also going to give you some other, like, hemorrhaging shit.
I was going to ask you, but I didn't want to get all personal and whatever, but, you know.
Everybody knows because it's posted, like, you know, everybody was asking, so I'm like, I'm just posting it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, so, trust me. My hormones are all over the place.
Yeah, it makes it very interesting, you know, because you should sometimes you're like, you don't know, it just makes everything exaggerated. I don't think it makes you have feelings you don't have, but I think it can exaggerate things, and it's all really interesting. Now I think about it, Dana, I just think, life is a gift. I know, whatever.
Be throwing us off. Sorry, guys. I don't think I'm talking to anybody real quick right now. It threw us out, sorry. No, it's fine. I just wanted to come back on because I didn't want it to end it like that, where it was just like, and like in the middle, and then it just cuts out. So let me see if I could, if she comes back. Where'd she go? Did she come back? Did I lose her forever? I knew it was going to happen too because I actually had a countdown and like I'm totally looking at it. I'm looking at the fucking countdown and I'm still like, and it just goes off. Did I lose her like completely? Did she come back on? I might have lost Antoinette. She might have thought that was just over, and then, like, now that was it. Where did she go? She might not realize I went back on. Alright, so I'm just gonna have a conversation with myself. Let's see if she comes back on. Thank you for the hat comment. What do I like to see on Netflix? I don't know, I've been watching so much shit on Netflix and reality stuff that I don't even normally watch. Did she really, like, not come back on? Oh, I lost my earpiece. Wait a minute. What the hell? Okay, wait. There she is.
I'm crawling on the floor. That was hilarious.
I'm here with my tequila. I don't know. Did we get bounced off?
Where did she go? And then I'm like, I think I lost her. And then I'm crawling on the floor.
Wait, but did we get bounced off or what?
Yeah, what happened was it bounced off, and then it just after an hour it bounces off, and then there's times where you have to restart it. Yeah, it's like goes faster than you realize. All of a sudden, like you're talking, and you're like, that was an hour. Because that's happened a couple times, and then we just restarted it, and then I'm like,
it must be an hour. My hair got flat. It got flat in an hour.
And then I'm like dying from laughing because I'm like, I think I lost her. I don't know where she went. I think she knows about lying. And then like my ear thing falls out, and then I'm like on the floor under my dresser trying to look for it, and then I'm like, I'll be right back.
I'm sorry. I never ran out on Instagram. I didn't know whether I actually called my girlfriend Sabrina, the frontline worker, and she's like, Tina's looking for you.
She said something about I just texted her, and she was like, she'll be there in a second. I'm like, well, because I was gonna go DM you and be like, well, you could come back. We're not ending it like that. So it was like,
oh my god, I got like separation anxiety. All of a sudden, I was like, oh my god, what happened?
I was like, I knew it was gonna happen because I had a countdown thing, and then somebody was like, in my ear going, just start it over. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I have to remember like before it shuts off because I don't know if she knows that it's going to just like go off. And then it just went off and I was completely oblivious.
I didn't realize it was going to not give you any warning. It just all of a sudden I was talking to myself. And
sometimes it gives you a warning and sometimes it doesn't. And the funniest shit happened when that first happened with Sean McGuire. We were like dying from laughing because he ended up in his own live and he's like, Dana, text me because I don't know what am I supposed to do. He ended up in his own live when it went off. Then he had something in the corner of his picture. I was like hysterical. Then I'm like, you have to come back into my live and I'll request you again. And we went in and did it again. Like we just started over and then we talked for another half an hour or whatever it was, or maybe even the full hour. I don't remember because we were just like doing so much stuff. And then he was drinking beers and then the kids were running around and we were just laughing and having fun. But it was just hilarious because it was just like, I don't know. It just went like because people haven't done. So a lot of people haven't done these lives before.
This is only my third.
Yeah, and they were like, "Well, how do I do it?" And I'm like, "It's simple. It's simple. I'll tell you. It's simple."
I know. You were so casual about it. You were like, "Okay." It's like totally like tomorrow. I'll be running my own. I know I've never run my own, so but you know it's really easy. I was going to try to do it someplace else, but I really like this. Yeah. I like the fact that all of us are here on Instagram. You don't have to go to Zoom or go to a link or anything like that. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, no, it is. The only thing that sucks is we at one point when I first started doing this, we wanted to try to get 3 people on. And because we wanted like my ambassador Mikey, and Sean was like, "Where's Mikey? Where's Mikey?" And I was like, "We can't. I don't think we could put 3 people on here." And I was looking at, I was Googling, I had tech friends, we were all, and I'm very tech savvy, so I'm just like, I don't think we could be done.
I checked.
And it can't. You have to like pre-record it on Zoom. You can go into a DM and you can have a 4-way conversation in DM like this.
And then broadcast it. I like the live though.
I like the live too, yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 people and one will come on and one will, you know, and that's okay. I like the intimacy of like just talking to one person. I do like, you know, obviously I like a group, but I there's something about this and making it be like everybody knows where to find you and they don't have to do any extra steps. I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. But, really, when they added this feature to Instagram, it was really cool because I was excited. I was like, you could do lives with people when you're not near them now. I was like, yeah, but you're in a different country and we could do a live. And it was like,
awesome.
That's a great function because, you know, I mean, it's just cool. I mean, it was just because it's like otherwise you just were basically doing lives by yourself. I mean,
yeah, totally.
Or like just filming something live. I mean, and it was kind of boring.
Yeah, there's so many great comments. What did they want to say to you? This was really fun. I hope to do it again.
Yeah,
everybody's
absolutely.
signing up. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Hi, Cut Frame. Cut Frame joined. Hi, Cut Frame. What was I going to say? Yeah, I didn't realize you could record it too, so you can have a thing, so it can be rebroadcast. Because a lot of people. But what was the furthest person that you had join you? Like from what part of the world?
I mean, as far as people coming into the room, I mean,
no, not coming into the room, being on the show as a guest.
Vancouver. That was it.
Oh, okay, not too far.
No, everybody is West. I mean, I have so many people on the West Coast compared to the East, which is funny. Right. But BKO is worldwide. But yeah, I mean, most of my people are on the East Coast.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they are sometimes in different countries, but they all happen to right now. They happen to be in LA. Like I have one Dan. He's usually sometimes in Australia. I have somebody that's in South Africa, but.
I love it. I just love when people tune in from all over the world. Like with that Zoom, I think people are. Sarah, she's from Rome, I think. She's from Italia. Anyway, it was like 3 a.m. I just
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she was
really amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. But anyway, my love, I'm going to toast you.
I'm going to toast you with my water. my water, and my no bra.
I was like, I hope she appreciates this bra because this is big happening.
I very much do. I feel bad now because I didn't get all doodled up with my bra. The fact that we're saying all doodled up wearing a bra is really ridiculous because
that's a little scary. Scary.
That's all fancied up now. I put on a bra.
desperate times.
And underwear.
I didn't even go that far. No.
It's like, do you really have pants on? Do you not have pants on? Well, that was a running joke, and people be like, even Keegan, she'd be like, I'm gonna come, maybe pants, maybe no pants. I'm like, did you see the Zoom thing where the girl had the fucking Zoom meeting, and she went to the bathroom with the computer?
I heard about that.
And she pulled her pants down so everybody sees it. She sits on the toilet. Everybody's seeing it. The coworkers are like, and then all of a sudden, she just takes it and turns it towards the wall, but you're still in the bathroom going to the bathroom. I was just like, I don't understand how
I'm so sad to hear that for her.
You don't, I didn't share it because I was like, I'm not going to make this worse.
No.
But when I saw it, I was like, how do you not know that, you're seeing people, so why would you not think that going to the bathroom is going to be seen,
How mortifying is that? How mortifying.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it wasn't like horrendous. It could have been worse, but it really
could have been much worse. I know. I heard about that.
But I was just
what's
like,
been a really good thing though about this time is the memes. There's been some really fun memes, and it makes you really think how humanity is really super funny.
Yeah,
even in times